All right, we're all set. Good evening, football fans. Big Al here on this Thursday, November 16th, 2023. And welcome to my Week 11 NFL picks, straight up and against the spread. Point spreads and totals are courtesy of the Sports Alerts app. All you got to do is download it on your phone, tablet, or computer and never miss another score. Announcer pairings are courtesy of both 506sports.com and Touchdown Wire. And Sunday afternoon TV maps are also courtesy of 506sports.com. If you want to look at those maps, go to 506sports.com, tap the NFL tab on the homepage, and scroll to Week 11, and all that information's there. Maps are subject to change, so make sure you check in with them during the days leading up to Sunday for any and all changes. And again, announcer information comes from Touchdown Wire. You can find those listings at touchdownwire.usatoday.com. And again, I am not sponsored by the Sports Alerts app, 506 Sports Touchdown Wire. And with that, let's jump into my Week 11 picks. And hold on. Before we do that, I got an announcement to make regarding next week. All right. So the Week 11 edition of The Week That Was will be released either late Tuesday night or early Wednesday. And then my Week 12 NFL picks will be made Wednesday evening. I say probably around 7 p.m. Eastern time. And this is because Thanksgiving is next Thursday, and we have a triple header on that day. So I'll be pushing things up a little bit next week with my Week 11 review and my Week 12 picks. So I want y'all to be aware of that. We can jump into my Week 11 picks, starting off with Thursday Night Football, kicking off in less than 1 hour's time as the 5-4 Cincinnati Bengals and the 7-3 Baltimore Ravens clash at M&T Bank Stadium. Now, both teams are coming off heartbreaking losses last week. Of course, the Bengals were beaten by the Texans, and the Ravens blew a 2-touchdown lead late and fell to the Cleveland Browns. That game is tonight at 8:15 Eastern on Prime Video. And your announcers are Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, and Carly Huntung. The Bengals come in number 6 in my Week 11 power rankings, and the Ravens number 3. Current point spread is Baltimore -4 at 46.5. I'm going to take the Ravens in this one. It's a tough one to pick, but I'm going with the Ravens 24-21, and I'm taking Cincinnati +4. Now to the Sunday afternoon schedule, you've got 8 games at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and then you have 3 games in the 4 p.m. hour. So we'll start off with the 2-8 Arizona Cardinals, the 5-4 Houston Texans, Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS. The announcers are Tom McCarthy, James Lofton, and Jay Feely, and sideline reporter Tiffany Blackman. The Cardinals are number 31 in my Week 11 power rankings, while the Texans are number 13. Of course, fresh off of the upset win in Cincinnati last week. The Cardinals also coming off a win in Week 10, knocking off the Atlanta Falcons in Kyler Murray's return to the Cardinals. Current point spreads, Houston -5. Over under is 49. This is going to be a high scoring game, I think. And I love what CJ Stroud is doing. I think Kyler will run into some troubles with that Texan defense. That said, I have the Texans winning 31-24, and I'm taking Houston -5. Next, we got an NFC North Division tilt in Motown as the 7-2 Detroit Lions host the 3-7 Chicago Bears. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. And if the playoffs were to begin right now, Detroit would be the number 2 seed in the NFC. Announcers for this game are Adam Amin and Mark Lareth, and sideline reporter Christina Pink. All right, the Bears come in at number 28 in my Week 11 power, while the Lions are at number 4. Current point spread is Detroit minus 7.5. Over-under is 30, or rather 48. Over-under is 48. I have the Lions winning this big 34-14, and I'm taking them minus 7.5. Next up, the 6-3 Dallas Cowboys at the 1-8 Carolina Panthers. The Panthers, of course, losing on Thursday Night Football to the aforementioned Bears last week, while the Cowboys just stomped the New York Giants, hanging 49 points on the G-Men. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. The announcers for this game are Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olsen. Sideline reports from Aaron Andrews and Rinaldi. Dallas is number 7 in my Week 11 power rankings, while Carolina is 30. Current point spread is Dallas minus 10.5. Over-under is 42.5. And to be honest with you, I think that point spread should be much larger. I think it should be around 14 at least. Oh well, I have Dallas winning this game in a blowout anyway, 38-13, and I'm taking the boys minus 10.5. Next, the rejuvenated Las Vegas Raiders at 5-5, visiting the 6-3 Miami Dolphins, who when we last saw the Fish, they lost to the Chiefs over in Germany. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. The announcers for this game are Kevin Harlan and Trent Green. Sideline reporter Melanie Collins. Vegas is number 24 in my Week 11 power rankings after Sunday night's victory over the Jets. And the Dolphins are number 9. Current point spread is Miami minus 13.5. Over-under is 46. And we've said it time and time again, Dolphins can't beat good teams, but they can beat the bad ones. And I don't even think you can classify Las Vegas as a bad team. I mean, they're 5-5. Right now, they would be in the mix for a wild card spot in the AFC, but I think they'll come back down to reality this week. Giving Miami 35-14, and I'm taking the Fins minus 13.5. All right, for the second time, a team from Los Angeles will visit Lambeau Field. Earlier, it was the Rams, and they lost. This time, it's the Los Angeles Chargers at 4-5, visiting the 3-6 Green Bay Packers. Sunday at 1 p.m. on Fox. Announcers are Kevin Kugler and Mark Sanchez, and sideline reporter Laura Oakman. All right. The Chargers are number 18 in my Week 11 power rankings, while the Packers are 27th. Current point spread is LA minus 3, over under 44. I don't think the Packers will make it a home sweep up to LA teams. I have the Chargers winning 24-17, and I'm taking LA minus the 3 points. Next, we have a divisional battle in the NFC East, as the 2-8 New York Football Giants venture down to D.C. to face the 4-6 Washington Commanders, who gave the Seahawks all they could handle last week, but eventually fell short. And the Giants, well, they were just curb stomped by Dak and the Cowboys. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. The announcers are Kenny Albert, Jonathan Velma, and sideline reporter Shannon Spake. And both are in my bottom 10 in my power rankings. The Giants are number 32. Washington number 26. Current point spread is Washington minus 9. Over under is 37. The Giants will not stand a chance against the Commanders, just like they didn't stand a chance against the Cowboys. I mean, Tommy DeVito as your starting quarterback, you can pretty much pencil in the New York Giants as an easy win. And that's what I have here for the Commanders. Give me Washington 24-7 and Washington -9. Next up, another clash in the AFC North, the tough AFC North, as the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland Browns meet for the second time this season, this time in Cleveland, and both teams come in at 6-3. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. The announcers are Ian Eagle, Charles Davis, and sideline reporter Evan Washburn. And they are ranked right next to each other in my Week 11 power rankings. The Steelers are number 12, and the Browns are 11. Current point spread is Cleveland -1 for some strange reason. Sean Watson is out for the season. And I think I heard Dorian Thompson-Robinson is the starter for Cleveland. But anyway, the current spread is Cleveland -1, and the over-under is only at 32 points. The Steelers' offense has been playing a lot better, but I'm not expecting Najee Harris to play this week. He's out. So this may be trouble for the Pittsburgh ground attack, but I think the Steelers will do just enough to win this game. I have Pittsburgh 19, Cleveland 10, and I'm taking the Steelers +1. And then the last of the early games on Sunday is another divisional matchup from the AFC South, as the 3-6 Tennessee Titans visit the 6-3 Jacksonville Jaguars. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. The announcers for this game will be Spiro Ditas and Adam Archuleta, and sideline reporter Amanda Renner. Tennessee is number 22 on my Week 11 power rankings. Jacksonville is number 8. Current point spread is Jacksonville -6.5. Over-under is at 40. I think the Jags will win, but it will be a lot closer. A little bit closer, I should say, than 6.5 points. I've got Jacksonville winning straight up 24-20, but I'm taking Tennessee plus the points. Now to the late game, starting off with the 4-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the 6-3 San Francisco 49ers, the team that blew the Jaguars out in Jacksonville last week. Sunday at 4:05 Eastern on Fox. The announcers for this game are Joe Davis and Daryl the Moose Johnson, and sideline reporter Pam Oliver. Tampa Bay is number 23 in my latest power rankings, and San Francisco is 5th. Current point spread is San Francisco -11.5, and the over-under is 41. Just like they exposed Trevor Lawrence, same thing to Baker Mayfield. That said, I have 49ers winning big, 37-14, and I'm taking the Niners -11.5. Then to game 2 of CBS's doubleheader, most of the country will be getting a divisional battle in the AFC East, as the 4-5 New York Football Jets visit the 5-5 and slumping Buffalo Bills. Sunday at 4:25 on CBS. The announcers for this game are Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. Sideline reporter is Tracy Wolfson. The Jets are number 21 in my Week 11 power rankings, and Buffalo is 15th. Necessitated by that 24-22 loss at home on Monday night. Current point spread is Buffalo -7, and the over-under is 39. But if there's one we've learned, the Jets play the Bills tough, and I expect them to this week. Buffalo will win straight up 24-19, but I'm taking the New York Football Jets to 7 points. The rest of the country will be seeing the 6-3 Seattle Seahawks and the 3-6 Los Angeles Rams, who are expecting to get Matthew Stafford back under center this week. Sunday at 4:25 Eastern on CBS. The announcers for this game are Catalan Tiki Barber, and Matt Ryan, and sideline reporter AJ Ross. Now, the Rams beat the Seahawks in Seattle earlier this year, and they're looking for a sweep series. But, of course, the Hawks will have much to say about that. Seattle comes in at number 10 in my Week 11 power rankings, and the Rams are 25th. Point spread is Seattle -1. Over-under is 46. I'm taking the Hawks at home, or not at home. They already played in Seattle. I'm taking the Hawks LA 27-24, and I'm taking the visitors -1 point. Moving on, Sunday Night Football, and two teams I didn't expect to be fighting for playoff spots a month ago are fighting for playoff spots here in mid-November. And we all thought that the 6-4 Minnesota Vikings was done for when Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles a couple weeks ago and was lost for the season. Boy, were we wrong. They're facing off with the 4-5 Denver Broncos and a rejuvenated Russell Wilson, who played very well against the Bills last week. That's Sunday at 8:20 Eastern on NBC. The announcers are Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth, and sideline reporter Melissa Stark. And they're very, very close in my power rankings. Minnesota is number 14. Denver is number 17. Denver has won 4 games in a row. Denver has won 3 games in a row. Minnesota has won 5 games in a row. So both of these teams are coming to this one hot, but only one win streak will survive. And right now I got to go with the team that currently has the hottest hand of the one. That's the Denver Broncos. Give me Denver 24-21. And I'm taking the Broncos at -2.5. By the way, the over-under in this game is 42 points. And Denver is the favorite at -1.5. And finally, probably the most anticipated game on this 2023 schedule is happening Monday nights, as the 8-1 Philadelphia Eagles and the 7-2 Kansas City Chiefs do battle at Arrowhead Stadium in a rematch of Super Bowl 57. Monday at 8:15 on ESPN and ABC. Announcers are Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Sideline reporter is Lisa Salters. And these are my top 2 teams in my Week 11 power rankings. Philly, the reigning NFC champions, sitting at number 1 with the best record in football. Kansas City, the defending Super Bowl champions, sitting just behind them at number 2. So whoever wins this game gets my number 1 spot in next week's power rankings. So there's a lot on the line here. Current point spread is Kansas City -2.5, and the over-under is 45. Well, this is the Eagles fan talking. We could have won the Super Bowl back in February if it wasn't for a bad officiating call at the end that screwed us over. I think the Birds will go into Arrowhead and get their sweet and swift revenge on Patrick Mahomes and company. I have the Eagles winning this game 28-24 and Philly +2.5. You don't agree with me? Fight me. All right. Off this week are the 5-5 New Orleans Saints, ranked number 16. The 4-6 Atlanta Falcons, ranked number 19. The 5-5 Indianapolis Colts, 20. And the 2-8 New England Patriots, ranked number 29. And with that, you are now all set for Week 11 in the National Football League. Join me on Monday as we look at the NBA and NHL standings and the playoff races in both leagues. Even though it is mid-November, it's too early to talk playoffs. The season in both leagues have just started, but it's fun to talk about. So join me Monday for that. And once again, the week that was will be released either late Tuesday or early Wednesday. And then my Week 12 NFL picks will be made on Wednesday evening ahead of Turkey Day triple header next Thursday. So there's a little programming note if you're joining me late. In the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell and get notified every time I go live. Big Al signing off. Thanks for watching and enjoy the picks again tonight and this weekend. Peace out.